Is Russia ready for a military confrontation with the West? Yes, it is ready. Today, contrary to all expectations, primarily from the United States, Russia has made such a military technical breakthrough that I could not even imagine. Hypersonic weapon systems, Poseidon super torpedo, Yasen class submarine, Kalibr missile system, achievements in aviation. Thanks to these systems, we are able to properly respond to the military challenge. In the West, meanwhile, many competencies have been lost. Therefore, the West cannot mobilize and create the opportunities that they had 30 years ago. But the economic potential of the United States and NATO is much higher than that of Russia, so Russia will not be able to wage a protracted war like the Soviet Union could. The military doctrine of Russia says general-purpose forces without the use of nuclear weapons are capable of solving tasks within the framework of limited-scale armed conflicts, local wars. If the war requires a large-scale character in different theaters or operations at the same time, Russia will not be able to wage such a war with general-purpose forces and will switch to the use of weapons of mass destruction. For example, the Poseidon super torpedo is actually a doomsday weapon because it is capable of initiating such destructive geophysical processes on our planet Earth that will destroy the United States and a large part of population living there. What could be Russia's military technical response? First, military political threats, creation of a military political bloc with China. North Korea and Iran may join the agreement. A powerful Euro-Asian union of countries will be created, where China appears instead of Warsaw Pact without all its economic might. The United States will not be able to oppose anything to such a union of states. Russia and China have strengths and weaknesses that complement each other. Russia has superior scientific and technical potential in the military sphere. It has a nuclear potential equal to that of the West. Russia has resources where the entire Mendeleev periodic table of elements is present. First of all, energy resources. Russia and China control all the land communications between the two countries. China has a huge economical potential that surpasses the United States. China has the largest human potential. Russia and China have overwhelming superiority in land area, which is important in a nuclear war. China and Russia have access to Pacific and Atlantic oceans. Second, military strategic threats, the ability to create military groups in all directions of a possible combat clash. The deployment of strategic weapons on the territory of third countries, such as Iran or North Korea, just like the United States deployed it in Germany. For example, the Russian Avangard system. The US missile defense systems are not capable of intercepting it. This military strategic part of the response may not even be realized, but to start negotiation on this topic with Iran and North Korea will already be a strong factor that can force the West to abandon the deployment of nuclear weapons near the borders of Russia. Third, military technical threats, the creation of such weapon systems that can force the United States to sit down at the negotiating table, because they understand that these weapons are invulnerable to their defenses and are guaranteed to destroy the United States. Russia can demonstrate practical exercises of the use of Poseidon torpedo. Russia may announce the creation of warheads of a certain power for Sarmat missile system and Poseidon torpedo. And the United States have no protection about these systems. In these conditions, even the strike of the United States territory by only a few units of these systems will mean the end of the American civilization, the death of all life on this continent.